practical transformation scene, how he slowly transforms and stuff, and how it... Why, hello there YouTube, and welcome back to the 80s week. So we're on our third day now, and today's review, I'm reviewing An American Werewolf in London. Yes, I reviewed a werewolf movie back in the first series, now I'm reviewing another one again. Another one of the three werewolf movies that came out in 1981. So this is written and directed by John Landis, starring David Naughton, Jenny Agutter, Griffin, Dunne, and John Woodvine. So this is a supernatural comedy horror where two American backpackers are backpacking through the Yorkshire moors, the Yorkshire countryside, David and Jack, until they stumble across a strange local village pub called the Slaughtered Lamb, where the locals are a bit odd, but they're not to me, they're Yorkshire people, and I myself am a Yorkshire man. And then when they're on their way, they then tell them to stick to the road and beware the moors. You know, they say it in that Yorkshire accent, stick to the road and beware the moors. And of course they don't stick to the road, and it's a full moon night, and they get attacked by a werewolf. Jack is killed, but David survives, only to now be cursed with the werewolf curse. And ignoring warnings from his late friend Jack, he also forms a relationship with his nurse Alex, and then romance forms. And then on the next full moon, he transforms into the beast, goes on a rampage around London, and then changes again. And of course, it all goes to a downbeat end when David is shot and killed. So that's the story. What did I like about this film? Well, this was from John Landis. That gave us, films like Animal House and The Blues Brothers. And Michael Jackson, after seeing this film, he wanted to be transformed into a werewolf the same way that David did in An American Werewolf in London. And that's the thing, I like the practical effects in this. The way they do that transformation scene. This film's known for its practical transformation scene, how he slowly transforms and stuff, and how it's all done by like motion capture effects. It took a long time to actually make that effect happen, and it only lasted a couple seconds. But seeing that transformation and then the practical puppetry for the werewolf was just so well done. And after that, werewolf movies pretty much did that kind of set the standards, like what George A. Romero's Dead series did for zombies, and what Bram Stoker did, Dracula did for vampires. This did for werewolves, because before this the effects were like freeze frame and stuff, but this one they went like, John Landis clearly thought, when the body's changing, it's got to be a painful process, and he was right. And yeah, also I liked how the first time the werewolf's out, we just get quick glimpses of it, and we don't get a proper look, especially in that subway, in that tube station where that guy is on the escalators, and we see the werewolf creeping out, but we see it not close up, but then we see it in the final act. And it's all puppetry and practical effects, which I thought, again, was good effects on the werewolf. I could talk all day about the effects. Now, originally, the role of David and Jack was originally offered, here's a little fact, were originally offered to Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, but Dan Aykroyd was trying to get Ghostbusters off the ground, and John Belushi was living the party lifestyle too hard, so they got other actors. Also, Jack, his character, how he, throughout the story, decays to the point where he's just a skeleton, and that's all good puppetry effects. There's also that classic John Landis phrase in there, that's "see you next Wednesday," which appears in a lot of his movies because he just does that. And that's like the name of one of the adult films in that adult theatre where he transforms. Also, I liked the character of Alex, played by Jenny Agutter. Is that her name? She looked young and beautiful in this, and, you know, still looks great today, given her age. But you know, we see, you know, some Yorkshireness. In fact, you know, ever since this film came out, in Yorkshire, where I'm from, if a stranger walks into a pub, and even if they're not an American, if a stranger walks into a Yorkshire pub and everybody stops what they're doing and looks at them, we call that the American werewolf, even if they're not an American. It's rare that it happens, but I have seen it happen once, just the once, when I was in there and some loud, leery youths came in. People stopped and looked at them, and you know, they did the American werewolf. So yeah, that is actually a thing, I believe, if you're in Yorkshire. But also this had a good soundtrack to it as well, like Sam Moon's cover of Blue Moon playing during that transformation scene. And there was some comedy in there. I like the comedy. John Landis still gave us some funny moments, like when he woke up the next morning in the zoo naked with she-wolves, then stole that kid's balloons, and that kid just goes up to his mum saying, "Mummy, a naked American man stole my balloons." Yeah, so still some funny moments in there. And, you know, is this as good as The Howling or better? I think it's slightly better than The Howling, because I enjoy it a lot more. I can watch this one multiple times and still not be bored with it. It's a fun werewolf romp. And, yeah, you know, they do the practical stuff. Well, it was 1981. Computers and visuals weren't as they are now. I mean, these days they tend to go digital, but I do like it when they go all practical. Like Dog Soldiers as well. They go practical, and The Howling and that. Yeah. So, what am I going to rate this one? An American Werewolf in London. You know, I still enjoy it a lot. I've never grown tired with watching it, even though I know what's going to happen and stuff. There's that crazy dream sequence with Nazi werewolves as well, where they trash his home and that during a nightmare sequence. I will give An American Werewolf in London 5 out of 5. So there you go. There is my review for today. Have you seen it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Ross, and this has been Back to the 80s week. So, I'll see you tomorrow for some more 80s horror. So, until then, don't have nightmares.